Hi, welcome to the Vaguely Anime Podcast.
Jesus Christ.
He did it again. Way to keep the bit going. I am one of the hosts, Michael, followed by special guest, Alex.
Hey.
And other host, Sage.
That's me.
You've been on the podcast since, like, episode
3
5?
or something.
Something like that.
No, it was definitely later than that.
Was it?
Really? I felt like it was super early.
It was definitely
It was definitely early.
Yeah.
It was a different
I
location.
could definitely look, I guess.
I'm not going to.
I can, though. But yeah, you're in town. Decided we should talk about a really shitty anime.
Well, see, the thing is you invited me on Vaguely Anime. But, like, unless one of us, like, consciously says, like, come over this day, whatever, nothing's going to happen. So I was like, hey, Mike, I'm in town this week.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Yep.
Yeah.
You were like, you kind of invited me earlier, so I'm inviting myself again. And I went, that's fair. I did invite you. So, but
To talk about this week's anime club,
Yeah.
I literally forgot the name of the show until this morning.
Pride of Orange
Pure Orange or something. It sounds like a Sunkist knockoff.
sure does.
This is the hockey one?
Yeah.
How is it?
No.
No.
Oh. No?
Like, I don't know a lot about anime, but I assume this is like garbage tier.
You're on
sports
episode
anime.
4, by the way,
Episode 4 of the anime?
of the
Oh, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure I watched all of it.
because I'm pretty sure you're on the War Crimes for Gundam episode, because I think that's the whole thing. You were with Eamon.
Yeah, but I was on another episode.
Yeah, you were.
Okay.
All right. Anyway,
Wait, so is it bad because it's not, like, faithful to actual hockey or just because it's
No,
bad?
it's extremely faithful to hockey. I mean, they show like two minutes of hockey total through the show. But I mean,
Through
it's
the
just,
whole show?
no, a little bit more. But like, it's not like the hockey's inaccurate. They're just like middle schoolers. I assume it's just like every other sports anime where through the power of friendship, they're gonna
You're gonna be the best.
They're not even. I don't
go-
even think they're gunning for the best. I think they're just like trying to get the A's right now.
yeah, but except the first 2 seconds of the anime shows them beating Canada in a hockey tournament for like the World Hockey Championship.
Yeah, like the under 18 or whatever World
What?
Championship.
Yeah, and for whatever reason, it's like, yeah. Oh, by the way, they beat
We've
Canada.
accomplished our dream.
You're like, okay. First of all, why are you telling me that you achieve everything at the very beginning? And second of all, you're not beating Canada. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, probably not. Japan's actually pretty okay at women's hockey. They're getting better too. So
Really?
yeah, one day.
maybe they'll have idols
So it's
playing
women's
too.
hockey the anime is about?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about cute girls
It's like girls hockey.
that play
That
hockey.
sounds derogatory.
Okay.
But then also
Oh.
their coach, to gain interest in hockey in Japan, is like, you girls are also going to be idols. So when you win, you're going to have a dance choreography scene and song and sing and everything.
I would
That-
simply lose.
While
I
on the
would
ring?
yeah.
Yeah, like after you win. The
First of all,
post-game
the
show.
choreography, not that interesting. Second of all, it's not like they even put anything on the ground. Like, they just have to do all the dance moves and everything on the ice.
Yeah, it's skates.
No, they're in heels.
Are they?
Yeah.
On
I
the
didn't watch it.
ice?
Yeah. And
This sounds like a liability.
and also, like, we don't really see them ever train to do it. We see them do the, like,
They
one,
have
two,
their
1, 2.
warm ups
But,
or
like,
the dance, and it's like throughout the show they figure out like these are weird warm ups. Like, what is this? Is this a dance? And then like the teacher coach whatever breaks it to them like, this is our plan to get people to watch it. And they're like, all right.
some of them are like there's like 2 girls that are like, just like, yeah, this is workouts, and then everybody else is like, this is absolutely a dance routine. And then later on, she's like, so this is what's gonna happen, and everyone's like, no, except for like the 2 main girls, and then but they're like, yeah, let's do this, and they're like, no, I'm not gonna fucking do that. And like, it's not. First of all, like, they also never show that any of them can sing.
No. Well, I mean, right after they beat Canada, they all sang.
Right, but that's also in the future.
So them
Yeah.
beating
Like-
Canada is like the end of the show?
No.
I mean, not in this season, but presumably.
I understand. That's their ultimate achievement.
The end of the show is them getting out of.
beating Canada.
Yeah.
I see,
hockey.
I
That is
see, I see,
correct.
I see.
The end of the show is them getting out of the lowest tier of hockey
Yeah,
to get into the higher tier of hockey.
the 2 tiers.
Yeah, the 2
Oh,
tiers.
I see.
B and
A 2-tier system.
B and A.
Okay.
And one of their friends like leaves after like the first few episodes. and is apparently on the fucking like one of the A-ranked teams in hockey in Tokyo.
Oh, scandal.
And you're like, oh, okay, sure.
No, her like parents moved.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, they have to make it to A so they can play against her.
I see.
Yeah, she was gonna quit because she wasn't getting put on the team or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, but like, you're so good, like we could play against you one day. And then she's like, all right, fine. Well, I'll keep playing if you make it to Tokyo and play me.
Bet. Play me.
So
And then
yeah, and
presumably they will.
yeah, because
Unless the show gets canceled, which is also okay.
How long is it? 12
12
episodes, I
episodes.
assume?
12, 20-minute episodes.
Oh, okay.
and
Took me several months.
yeah,
This is why I have not watched a single anime club. I just watched episode 60 only yesterday after putting off watching an hour and a half movie for... Hey, what episode is this?
94.
I'm not
30
I'm not
weeks.
doing the math.
What hour and a half movie?
Only yesterday even.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, which I saw because I saw your comment pop up where you're like, I came back to this.
Yeah, I did. It was in my watch later for whatever amount of months you just said.
It's 30 weeks, so
Yeah.
Mike, I always said you were the math guy of this group.
that's not true. You're the math guy.
I was going to say, I think Mike is not good at math. Like, I don't think you are particularly bad, but
No.
I wouldn't say, like, he's excellent.
Nope. Can't do mental math mostly to save my life.
Yeah, I feel that. Me neither.
But anyway, so yeah, like nothing really establishes them as being particularly like they would be good idols.
Okay.
Yet then like they get their first victory and she's like, all right, go do the thing, and then they just do it, and they're like, oh, apparently all of them can sing, all of them can dance. Like, all right, cool. And are they even particularly good at hockey? Like,
I mean, there's literally no way of knowing. They don't show much hockey, dude.
like they show more hockey than they do idol things for a show that's trying to push the fact that it's about like entertaining Japan by idol hockey players.
I mean, they're a random small town. This is their after school club or whatever.
Right.
However that works.
Yeah,
in Japan.
after they leave the embroidery club.
Yeah.
Um,
They still embroider on the side,
Yeah.
but now it's on the club.
yeah. And like there's just like I don't know, like nothing happens and yet a lot happens.
No, nothing happens.
Like it's
All right,
just
the plot of the show is they were in the embroidery club and one girl has to hang up a poster of the hockey like ad, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna try this and I'm gonna drag my friends along. So they try it and they're like, cool, that was fun, we're gonna do this. And then the one girl leaves because she has to move to Tokyo, and then another like better hockey player like
Comes
a
to
prodigy
town.
or whatever.
comes to down because she was gonna quit hockey forever. Going with her grandma.
Yeah, she was gonna quit hockey because she took it too seriously and her team didn't.
Yeah. It's funny because she left that team and then they brought in a Canadian ringer.
They sure did. And she like
They said, we don't need you.
and she sometimes speaks English very badly.
Oh, it's really good.
Yeah. And she has the same mentality as the friend as the one that joins the new team
Right.
did, where she's like, hockey's only for me and everyone else can get out of the way.
No, I think she was like, no, the other you is the only name I remember. No, Monica. All right, use the talented one who comes to our team.
Okay.
And she was upset that the rest of the team wasn't trying. She was like, of course we were going to win, but it's not about that we won. It's about how we win and like whatever. Which, okay, whatever.
So it's like
and
the
the rest
worst
of her,
version of Kageyama from Haikyuu.
it's like the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
she's not trying to make it only about her, but nobody else is trying, and she's getting mad that nobody cares.
It's like,
Oh,
of course
okay.
we're going to win because I'm on the team, but like it would be nice if this was like a team sport.
If you guys
and
could
like, help.
actually help. I understand.
It is a team sport, but they only show 6 of them, and they show the rest of the team like only when convenient.
yeah, okay, so they talk
Also,
about
they're
the
the
fact
first
that,
year, so they're like, "Oh, senpai, like teach us this," and then they never play.
Yeah.
Like the senpais just never play. It's
like
just
they absolutely
So
go,
it's just,
oh, they're
their
only a
whole roster is first years.
Yeah.
No, the whole
Well,
roster is a 6
yeah.
first years, and then there's a bunch of like other people on the team who are older and presumably better as they like teach them and whatever.
Right.
But they're never in any of the big moments. They don't score any
literally
goals.
like
Okay, fuck them.
they talk about how they're a 6-person team, and then like all of a sudden they're going for their first game, and then there's just a whole other group of 6 people on the side in like a gray outfit, and you're like, who the fuck are these people? And then they at the end of the show when they like win the championship, all of this like obviously the entire team gets in for like the photo,
Right.
but like all the 6 people that you don't see basically ever in the show are like posing like they got the victory, and they're like, yeah, we're the best. And you're like, who the fuck are you people?
we saw every goal scored. It was by the first years. And they're not idols either. They don't get to sing and dance.
No, the other ones don't. It's
so
just
only
the main girls.
first years get to be
They're
the
there
idols?
because whoever made this show is like, oh, there's more than 6 people on a hockey team in it.
I was gonna say.
And so they're like, they're there, but
forget about that.
Yeah. And like some of them have way more interesting character designs too than the actual girls.
Oh, rip.
And like, because
I couldn't tell the 2 orange-haired girls apart most of the time.
yep, there's the
What's the show called again?
Pura Ore.
yeah, it's Puraore exclamation point and then Pride of Orange.
Pride of Orange. Okay, here we go.
Also, the poster that they make is way more cool than anything they've ever done.
Like the bonds of our hearts connect the puck or something.
No,
like
like the actual poster itself, like that when they make that poster.
Oh yeah, like the poster for the show.
Yeah, like and like the guy in the show is like, we made them a poster, and I'm like, this makes them look way cooler than they ever have. Also, the main orange hair girl.
Monica.
I don't watch.
Wait, so this is the rest of the team? This
Yeah,
is the whole team?
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, but only
all
6
around.
of them matter.
I was
Only
going to
6 of
say,
them
this
matter.
looks like a lot of people.
Only these people matter in this poster. If
You
can
I
find a
see.
picture of that.
dress 2 goalies, 6 defensemen, and 12 forwards. So about 20 people per game usually.
And
But we only see 6.
Yeah, 1 goalie, 2 defensemen, and 3 forwards.
You'll have to see it.
The amount of people on the ice at one time, even.
And like, I'm trying to think like. Right. So because I don't watch a lot of hockey, but
I'll watch a lot of anime.
Yeah, but a lot. But every time they showed Monica.
Monica, main orange girl.
Yeah, Monica. Shoot, it was always from like a kneeling shot.
Yeah.
Every time. Is that?
That's
That's not
happen.
right,
That's
but
not
not
like that's
every
not what
time,
you do
right?
every time. But like, well, because every time they were like, okay, so the 3 games all followed the same strategy, which was really funny. Which is like, whoa, that's the really good girl that's like playing hockey on this new team. We should watch her, and she'll go and she'll score, and they'll be like, all right, not this time. Like we'll like double cover you, and then she's like, haha, now you've played into my trap, and I will simply pass the puck at the last second to like my wide open friend who's going to kneel and
Right.
one time it. And then they do it
I see.
like 3 or 4 times.
So, like I just because I noticed I was like every single time she shoots, it's the kneeling shot, and I'm like, all right, can you just not do any other way or?
She only knows how the one time.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe every single time they show her shooting, they're just using the same assets instead of like having to redraw it.
I feel like they reused too many assets this show. It did, not that I saw.
Um,
Maybe the skating, because there's a couple shots of the like
Where it's probably like
person
just
like
feet
stick
and like
handling,
yeah.
Also, the like them skating shots are absolutely just their model going that.
Absolutely.
And they reuse the animation from when they're learning how to skate. Like they just them in the distance following somebody. They reuse
Yeah.
that a few times.
There's a couple of like jogging montages.
Yeah,
There is a beach episode.
There
That's
is.
important.
Oh, I
there is a
see.
beach episode.
I feel like that's absolutely mandatory though.
I would say that's vaguely anime.
yeah, and then also they basically get into a bath every episode, but it's not a fan servicey way. It's actually no way it's fan service. It's basically like it's full shadowed, and also they are very young, and so like. Unlike most anime, where even if they're young, they'll sometimes make it fan servicey. This one's just like,
They're just in a bath.
Yeah, one of their grandmas like owns the bathhouse.
Oh, okay.
And-
So they
they're
go
just-
there, they eat strawberries,
yeah,
the good stuff.
and they debate
Okay.
about the having a strawberry just plain or with cream.
Have you ever had a strawberry with cream?
yeah, it's pretty good.
I bet it is. I haven't though.
Apparently, there's a superiority to one versus the other or something. They have a fight about it, and they bring it up a lot.
I think strawberries are pretty mid regardless. So
Yeah.
I
they're
would
somehow
agree.
too sweet and too tart.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sure,
Raspberries are my favorite.
Yeah, that is the superior of the berry option.
sure. I don't know if I've ever had a raspberry.
What?
What?
I don't eat a lot of fruit.
But how can you have never had a raspberry?
My
you
parents
psycho?
never like
Psycho.
bought raspberries, and I never bothered trying a raspberry.
All right, well maybe you should try one day. They're really expensive, but they're delicious.
Oh my god, they're so expensive.
Yeah.
Could be. I'm saving my money. That's why I'm not eating.
By my parents' house, there's bushes though, so get them for free in the summertime.
Seems sketchy
What's your food of choice, Mike?
in general.
Sure, why not?
I don't know, like like I feel like go to like comfort meal would probably be like ramen or steak or something.
No, I said fruit.
I think said food.
I heard food too.
I also, okay.
Oh, cool. Good to know. Moving
right,
on. What's your
cool.
favorite fruit?
Green apples.
The worst apple.
No, sweet apples are gross.
Do you also like Red Delicious?
No,
Okay, good.
sweet apples are gross.
So Red Delicious isn't sweet though.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had Red Delicious. I any red apple I've had has always been sweet, and I don't like it.
I see.
I'd rather have a sour apple.
Yeah.
So Granny
There are
Smith.
sour apples.
Granny
I thought that was-
Smith.
I thought that was like a made up thing for candy.
Have you never had a Granny Smith? It's the
I haven't
green
had-
one
I
that
have
makes
not-
your teeth squeak.
I have not had a raw apple in many years due to being slightly allergic to like a lot of fruit.
Okay.
Oh,
fair
okay,
enough.
that makes sense.
And they don't really tell
Oh,
you what
raw
kind of,
apple.
They don't really. Well, the thing is, I can have any sort of other apple sauce, apple, whatever.
Okay.
If it's like processed in a way.
I think it's whether it's cooked or something. I don't
Okay.
know.
I can't do applesauce. Makes me gag.
Oh, I love applesauce.
Same.
No,
so
can't do it.
gross.
Consistency
Love
makes me
applesauce.
gag.
Yeah.
Can't get it down.
I don't really like cooked apples unless it's like in a pie.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's the
I don't
only
really know
pie
like,
I'll
what else.
eat.
What else you cook apples for?
I don't
Like
know.
pie and pie equivalents.
My grandma used to make whole roasted apples during like the holidays, and they're just a pile of mush. It's horrible.
That's
That
probably
doesn't
good.
sound very great.
No, it's
I
not.
like warm and soft things,
I
No.
usually
I want my
don't.
apple to be like
like the equivalent
crispy.
of like a blanket of a food.
No, I like. I don't know. I'm not like a very big fruit guy. I find like a lot of times like bananas. I don't like their consistency either. Like
No?
I like bananas.
I can have like sometimes I'll have like an orange or a tangerine or a clementine. I know those are technically all different or the same. I don't remember if
Yes,
they're
they
different
are all
names
technically
or-
different.
Okay, mandarins.
That's why they all have different names.
Yeah, but sometimes things have different names and are the same thing.
I guess, but
I'll
yes.
get Mike this one, but yeah, there's like a lot of kind of random fruit that exists that I feel like
Is very similar.
is
Like
very similar, but
clementines,
also like
mandarins,
they just kind of
and-
like hybridized fruit, and then
Yeah.
you're just like, all right, it's a new one.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, whatever.
Again, like clementines, mandarins, and tangerines are all kind of the same thing. Basically a small orange.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Except I like them more than oranges.
Really?
Yeah.
I like
and-
tropical fruit,
like pineapples and stuff.
like mango and pineapple.
I like pineapple, but it hurts my tummy.
Yeah,
I once
but
ate half a pineapple, and my tongue really hurt after that.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
It's like pure acid.
Yeah, that's. I had like one cider. I was like, wow, my tongue really hurts right now.
yeah, I mean, but like in general, I'm not very big into fruit. Like I've, if there are blueberries there or something, like I could eat them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like I can snack sometimes, but like I'm not usually seeking out fruit. Like if I go to the store, I'm not like I need to get some fruit.
I like fruit, but it's just so expensive that I'm like, I can't justify purchasing this.
I put in my night yogurt, so
Eh.
Good
also
old night
way too
yogurt.
much honey.
Yogurt
love
is
honey.
gross.
Yogurt's good.
It kind of depends.
I don't know. Something about the smell just bothers me.
That's fair.
I don't like real like Greek yogurt that's like not flavored. That's bullshit.
Oh,
But,
like plain yogurt you don't like?
Yeah, plain yogurt's bad.
Oh, I like plain yogurt.
Sweet yogurt's good.
But any kind of, really any yogurt, because the smell just creeps me out.
I think the last time I had
Don't be
like
able to smell. It's so not easy.
Just be so congested you can't
Just be congested
smell
for your
anything.
whole life.
24/7.
That you can't really smell that well.
have you ever thought about just not being congested?
All
Yeah,
the
if you
time,
were
dude.
ever not, if you got to a point in your life where like all the congestion left you, like, do you feel like you would feel weird?
I think so. Like,
Have you never once not been congested?
not that I like really remember. Like, this is just my normal, but like, I don't think I can breathe through my nose like all that well. Like, I kind of always have to mouth breathe a little bit, which is apparently annoying. But like,
Couldn't you like? Is there is there like a thing you could go to the doctor and like?
is there like an
get
ENT
fixed?
and ears, nose, and throat doctor that you could go to, and they could try a bunch of stuff?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm asking.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, you can do that.
Okay. You just have no desire.
No, I did that. Then they were like, "Here, try this steroid." I was like, "Nothing." And they were like, "Here, do some allergy shots." I was like, "I don't have allergies anymore," but also nothing. They were like, "Well,
Didn't they make
Get
you
some
try
surgery.
that, like, what do you call it? Like the pot that you like put up into your nose?
oh
with, like,
yeah,
the
I did
hot
like
liquid.
a neti pot, except
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was like a squeeze bottle that
Yeah.
like, I put like a saline solution into. That was weird feeling.
But it wasn't effective.
It didn't fix anything.
Yeah. I mean, like, congestion's like swelling. I think it's not like there's shit up there.
I
mean,
thought
there is shit up there.
congestion
I thought it was
was
both.
because it was stuff.
I think it's swelling based, but
Oh.
maybe I should look more into this, seeing that it's a problem I deal with. But
I was like, I mean, if you feel it as a problem, maybe.
I was gonna say,
but if you don't,
I
then
don't
it
know
doesn't
life
really
any
matter.
different. So like,
So you're like, it's just your norm, so you don't find it to be a problem.
Yeah.
But imagine if it was gone.
But he doesn't know what that
Yeah,
side is.
I know.
So I guess for him, it's just like, yeah, whatever.
It's like the grass is greener on the other side, but I've just never seen the other side.
So the other side could be anything.
Yeah, it could be worse.
Yeah.
So when you get a cold, do you get like even more?
Yes. I could like partially breathe through my nose, but then I'll be like fully congested. I'll be like, God damn it. Like,
Gotcha.
how do I even do this? It was so much
Like,
better
how do
before.
I live?
Well, yeah. Anyway, I guess like generally about the show, just because we can move on after that. Like, just not very interesting. It's just kind of boring and
not
generic.
good.
It's a very 5 out of 10.
I assume there are other shitty sports animes that also follow about that pattern.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of sports anime follow the same pattern in general, whether they are good or bad. It's just new team. Wow, that one person or this team is very good. Wow, they got points on us. All right, now we need to do this thing and trick them.
I don't think we ever even reached that point in this one, though.
Well, I mean, they would usually be losing by the end of the first period, second period.
But that wasn't like what the show is about. Like, my only other sport anime is Haikyuu, and that is like, here's 5 episodes for your like 120-minute game.
It's true.
This
fucking
is like, hey,
rocks.
the game was kind of like an afterthought. Like, I guess they play hockey sometimes, but mostly they like say like, wow, can't wait to keep playing hockey.
Yeah. Haikyuu rocks though.
Well, I
Haikyuu's
feel
so
like
good.
Haikyuu is not like other sports anime in that it's so like hyper focused on telling its story, whereas other sports anime gets just so ridiculous and like balls to the walls because a lot of times you'll have like each player will have like their own special ability, and the way they like show it is like essentially a superpower, so it looks fucking ridiculous.
Shout out to Blue Lock.
Oh, it would be
It's,
so
like,
cool
so
if they did that in this hockey anime.
Like-
I would be so into it.
They go very much like over the top usually.
Maybe
for
one
sports
day
anime.
we'll get a real hockey.
No, there's
anime.
like they basically just kind of round them out. It's like, hey, the goalie needs to be like a little bit more assertive and yell at the players. So they do that in the beach episode. And then it's like, hey, this defender should play some defense every now and then.
yes, this person should actually like
play
you should-
their position.
They have to like
What a
convince her
thought.
to hit people, basically.
No, you can't hit.
Oh right, like to like get in their face.
Like
I guess.
nudge them. You're
To
allowed
like
to
be
nudge.
aggressive.
Yeah.
Like in the first like 2 games, like you'll see like the same shot or whatever of her standing still and the other person just skating around.
And like they just yell at her, and she's like, "Oh, my bad," and like just stops paying
Is
attention.
it because she's like an airhead, or she just doesn't want
No,
to
I
block?
think she's
She's
one of
a
the
sleepy, lazy
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
She's more.
okay.
I think she's one of the smarter out of all of them. She's just lazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's like, I like hockey because I go to sleep faster.
On the
No,
ice.
just like afterwards.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Um,
Just takes a little nappy poo
She's
on the ice.
she's a sleepyhead.
yeah.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. It's like, it's just a 5. It's just very average.
Yeah, I could see that from your description. Also, like the character designs feel kind of generic from what I just looked up.
They sure are.
Like they don't look particularly bad. Also, is this produced by the same people that do Love Live? Because they look so similar
No.
in
Could
terms
not
of the
tell you.
character design.
This studio has done nothing good.
Oh, rip.
I think you told me they just do other sports anime.
They're like, so their highest rated thing is a 7.6,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that it's just downhill from there. Lots of
Uh-oh.
6s, lots of 5s.
So they're not doing great.
No, they make pretty bad things.
Oh, rippy Rooney.
Yeah, me too.
But no, they've made like nothing of note. But yeah,
Besides
anyway,
this hockey anime.
that's
All right, bit complete. Please don't make a season 2. I don't want to watch it.
yeah. Please don't.
Is there a manga? Michael? I'm curious. I feel like there must be. Because this seems like a weird, like, original to make.
I think it's original.
Really?
I don't.
Hockey's on the rise in Japan.
No, it's not even about it being, like,
I
original
don't see
anime
that
is,
I
like,
don't-
pretty rare these days.
I don't see that it's adapted from anything.
Wow. That's kind of unfortunate. I feel like originals are usually bad.
They're getting better.
They're getting better, but, like, they don't have a great reputation.
That is true. But they
Except
are
for
getting
Code
better.
Geass.
Code Geass. I mean, like I said, some of them are getting better though. Like, I know not everybody liked it, but when Wit did Cabaneri and the Iron Fortress, I fucking loved that show. That show was rad. That was basically a zombies show.
Oh, okay.
But like in like kind of feudal Japan era.
Okay, that sounds cute.
Kind of. like there's technological advancement, but like everything looks kind of like feudal Japan.
Oh, like a warp time.
Yeah, like
frame
imagine kind of
thing?
like Train to Busan, but like instead of it being like a regular train, it's a fucking fortress.
Okay.
And zombies are just like everywhere and are really hard to kill.
Oh wait, was that the one that came out in like 2014 and everyone was comparing it to Attack on Titan?
Yeah, because they were made by the same studio.
Okay. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Very
But
fun.
didn't
I
watch
enjoyed it a
though.
lot. I own it. It's very fun. But anyway, you guys were talking earlier about Ticketmaster and them being the devil.
Yeah, I hate Ticketmaster.
So
Very original take.
no, yeah, very not hot take. Very
Cold take.
Cold take. I was gonna say lukewarm, but no, it's a very cold take.
I feel like they just do. It's what's annoying about Ticketmaster is they're like, we expect like high volume for these tickets, right? So like we're doing everything we can to get you the tickets you want, but then they just let their servers crash, and I'm like, what the fuck was the point? Like when I was trying to get tickets for
It's the convenience fee, Sage.
I
Isn't
don't-
it so
The
convenient
actual
when they're
$20 they
thinking?
tack on.
I literally
you gotta check a
can't.
box every single time that says include fees when looking at the prices.
I can't. Like
It's not even 20. Sometimes it's way more than
yeah,
that.
sometimes
sometimes
it's
it's
way
like
more.
a lot. Like
Me and Kieran were going to the Ghost concert. The tickets, I think, were 60. I think with the with everything, it was like, or I want to say maybe it was 60 total for the regular ticket price, and we were paying 120. Like it was like basically the same price.
Double
It was
the
double.
price, yeah.
Yeah, like we were paying the exact same for the tickets as we were for the convenience fee. Which like motherfucker, no, like that shouldn't be a thing.
Was it convenient?
No.
There's a venue by me.
That's why I just go to venues instead most of the time. I'm like, oh, this is a concert I'm kind of interested in. I'll just go to the venue and hope that there's some tickets in the box office.
There's a venue near me that lets you just like show up to the box office. Like it's open whenever there's a show and like Fridays, and you could just show up and like pay for a paper ticket with no fee. And I did that. It was
I've done
awesome.
that for most shows I've gone to in recent time, except for like the shows that I go to with you guys, because one of you are buying them, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever, I'll throw the money towards you.
Yeah,
But-
it depends how much like committed you are. Like I guess there's always a chance if you show up that they're not gonna have any tickets.
Yeah, a lot of times it's been like bigger concerts, like the Def Leppard and like a bunch of other it was a not festival, but like there was like 5 other bands that were going.
Oh, okay.
For that, like I was like kind of interested. I was like, oh, if I don't get a ticket, that's whatever. But like I went and it was like $70. I was like, all right, sure. Or I went to Rolling Stones. That was just like I messaged Colin. I was like, hey, there's a Rolling Stones concert. You want to just check it out tomorrow and see if it's available? And he was like, all right. And just drove to MetLife and was like, yeah, I think it was like $40.
Nice.
And then
Nice.
like other times, like Classic East, that was like I got seats next to a dude that paid $5,000 for his tickets. I paid $77.
oh my god.
Like it was the greatest thing. It was a 2-day event. I paid $77 for one day or for both days, but I got 2 tickets, and it was like, and some dude paid fucking $5,000 for the same seat. I was like, I showed up the same day, dude. Like, so sometimes box office is just worth it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how attached you are, or
Yeah,
how popular. They
Also,
are.
how convenient. Like that Ghost concert, it was in fucking like bottom of Jersey. Like I was not
Yeah.
gonna go. I think it was in Camden. Like I'm not gonna go to Camden, New Jersey.
Just to
to-
get
to
like
be turned
turnaround.
around.
Yeah.
But I can go to MetLife or to fucking Citi Field or something and
Yeah.
just check a box office.
Like when I went to go see The Weeknd last year, I got the tickets online with the convenience fee, but that's because I was like, I feel like this is going to be sold out.
I bet it was.
Yeah, and even like the seats that I got were like kind of mid. Like I've had worse seats in my life, so I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll take this. The only thing that was really funny was what we got there, and I don't know why I didn't realize how huge MetLife Stadium was. I guess I've just never been there before.
Very big stadium.
Very big stadium.
Yeah, I think we had to go up like 10 flights of stairs to get to our seats. And then there was so many people there. And they had some like opener, which was really just like a DJ guy. It wasn't like a performance really, if that makes sense.
You know who it was?
No.
Okay. Well,
I'm sure I could look it up, but no, I don't know who it was.
Okay. that's
So
all.
many times I go to concerts and there's like an opener that I'm just like, whatever. This isn't
You're
the
like,
people I
sure.
give a shit about. I think me and Colin went to the Green Day, Weezer, and Fall Out Boy thing also on a whim. We just went. We'll just like, oh, we'll go check the
I thought
box
that
office,
was
and we got
planned.
really good seats too. Except Fall Out Boy didn't play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is that when they
got
canceled
COVID.
for COVID?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Weezer played a Fall Out Boy song, and then that was it. I was like, man, I have no real desire to see Fall Out Boy, but
I'd
it
see
would have
Fall
been
Out
a
Boy.
nice
Slight
band.
disappointment.
Yeah, it was a band that I could have checked off my list of seeing, and I was like, oh well,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not seeing them now. Kind of a bummer, but like whatever. I'm mostly here for Green Day. Like,
But yeah, there was so many people, and then the way they have the, I don't know that you would call them orchestra seats, but the orchestra seats.
Sure.
No, what's this?
Mezzanine.
Yes.
Balcony.
Their
Nosebleeds.
balcony just keeps going and going and going up to the heavens, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
The nosebleeds.
The nosebleeds,
Yeah.
yeah. That's where I was for the first Twice concert. We were one row from the nosebleed row.
I've done that for Bruins games.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like when it comes to stuff like
Couldn't even stand up because it was such a steep angle.
for like those kind of things, I feel like I'm less inclined to go if I'm that far away and like.
Oh, I
from
don't
the
care.
concert,
I'm just
like,
happy to be there.
Yeah, I'm there for the vibes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to see the thing, like I want to be able to like at least get somewhat of a good quality of.
No, I'm just happy to be there.
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
But,
as long as I'm not in the parking lot, I'm good.
Yeah.
like I'm not paying out the ass for them, but like
Yeah.
I try to like my usual like base is like I'll pay 150 for an at least okay seat. You know, like I like I'm fine with that. Like if I want to go see this band, I'm okay with spending like 150 for an okay seat. That's but like I also would rather be in an okay seat than spending $50 for nosebleeds.
That's fair.
Personally, at least.
I think the one good thing though is when you're on like the higher level, because like they have to go so extreme on like the angle. No one can be too tall in front of you.
Yeah.
Which works out pretty good for me.
I'm usually fine.
Yeah, no, that's happened to me before where like when I went to go see ITZY, it was really shallow. And there was a girl right in front of me and she was like at least a foot taller than me. And I was just like,
like one of my pet peeves is because I've been going to more metal concerts because of Kieran and we're usually like in the pit or at least on the ground level, if not the pit. But sometimes that's the same thing for smaller venues.
right.
Yep.
And like every time I'll be off to the side usually because I'm not like because it's usually bands I don't really know, so I have no real desire to go into a pit for it. I'm just there, and like a lot of times I'm off to the side, and then this fucking 6'5" dude will like cut in front of me and just stand right in front of me, and I'll be like, you had to go through a bunch of people just to stop here, and every time I'm like, hey buddy,
Excuse me.
move. And he's like, what do you like? Every time they're like, oh, what do you like? I'm like, dude, like you stopped in front of me. Like you're taller than everybody. Go to the back. Like, come on.
You paid $150 for that mid seat.
No, it's standing. There's no seats.
You don't even get the choice to sit down.
It's just like fucking move,
You
dude.
can sit down.
Like,
They'll pick you up, but
I
you
guess
can't.
it's
like, I'm not saying tall people can't be somewhere, but like, go and just don't like stop it directly in front of somebody. Like,
Nah.
come on. It happened to me the last 3 metal concerts I've been to that were standing based happened each time. I was like,
What if it's the same guy?
yeah.
He's following you.
Yeah, he just knows. He sees the back of your head. He's like, there he is.
One of the when we went to me and Kieran went to go see Flesh God Apocalypse,
Sure.
and the people in front of us so I don't interact with most communities in general, but like I don't interact with the metal community in any capacity. And Kieran's basically my info guy on that, and so like Ghost is not particularly liked in the metal community because they don't think it's very metal. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever, but I'll never know that. I'm never going to interact with anybody. Tell me otherwise. The guy in front of us, we were talking about the concerts we've been to, and I was like, I'd definitely go see like Ghost again or whatever, because they were playing with another band.
And he fucking hit you.
And the guy turned around and was like, Ghost fucking sucks. Why would you want to see Ghost? And we were like, I was like, wow, people apparently do really hate Ghost.
You were like,
this dude
tell
went
me
on a
how you really
tangent
feel.
about Ghost for like 10 minutes.
Oh, no.
And I was like, it's just not worth it. Just don't say anything. It's not worth it. Like, and then we got in, and I was like, wow, you were right. People really have like passionate opinions about Ghost. And he was like, yep. But he's like, that guy's a fucking pansy because he's in the seats, not in the pit. So fuck that guy. He's a loser anyway. Not a real metalhead.
Weren't you in the seats?
No, we were in the.
Oh, you just talked to the dude in the seats behind you?
No. We were in line.
Oh, okay.
We were waiting in line to get in.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah. And he just barged into our conversation.
Hate to see it.
Yeah. To badmouth our opinion on a band. It's like, love this. But yeah, no, he was in the seats. We were on the floor. Because if I'm going with Kieran, usually it's always on the floor.
Yeah.
Except for Ghost, just because those tickets were outrageously expensive for the floor, and we didn't want to pay that.
I feel like most of the venues I go to are mostly just floor. I've sat in a couple seats recently, but that was for like guitarist concerts that Ryan took me to.
If I'm like when you go to stuff like Webster and whatnot, like those are.
Yeah, most of the venues I go to are kind of just like that.
Yeah, although with Webster, most of the time I'll just go up to the balcony on the second floor and just watch from there because I have no interest in. Because every time I've gone, it's for bands I don't know, and so I'm like, I'll just go up there.
Nah, I want to be around people.
Fuck people.
Surrounded by people and really loud music.
Hey, we did that for Rammstein.
Crave stimulus.
Rammstein was great.
Rammstein was awesome.
That was fucking great, except for Colin. We felt really. I still
what
feel
happened
bad
to
about
Colin?
Colin.
Well, it's just like I'm just gonna like roll up super late. And
Yeah,
then,
he
and
showed
then
up
leave
super
early.
late, so we couldn't find. He couldn't find us because it was dark already and raining, and so
There was.
So he was
very
already
wet.
late, and so he couldn't find us. Then he managed to find us, but right when he found us, we were gonna go into the mosh, and so we're like, all right, well, we're gonna go into the mosh, like. We'll be back.
BRB.
Yeah, and he was like, because he didn't want to come. And then we went to the mosh, and then we couldn't find him again because he moved. And then he was like, I'm just going to leave, and left. And I was like, we have had these tickets for 2 years.
Oh,
And
poor baby.
It absolutely felt like he just felt like he was obligated to come. But then we couldn't hang out with him because we couldn't find us.
Oh no.
Well, I still feel really bad about it. He was like, I'm just going to go. All right, bye.
See you, bud.
Unlucky.
And Kieran was there, but he was in like the front.
He was in
row.
the fear zone.
Yeah, in the Fuhrer zone. Not the Fuhrer zone, it's the fire. But I kept joking that it was the Fuhrer zone.
Oh, that was like fear was also fire in German, but like
No.
something like fear, but like I
It's
don't know
like
in
Fuhrer,
German.
but it's not. I was just making that joke. But
Bitte means please in German. Beer means beer.
nice. But yeah, so
It's like odd.
Kieran also went with us, but he was in a different zone. We didn't even see him till we like got completely out of the building.
Actually, Prost might mean please. I took 2 weeks of Duolingo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Specifically 2 weeks, just for like on him out. Why
was like-
German?
I was like, I'm going to Germany in 2 weeks.
Okay.
I should get started.
You're like, let me brush up on my skills.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything?
Beer means beer.
That's it.
And I think Prost means please and Bitte means thank you.
Could
you
be.
You learned
Could
3
be.
words, and technically you were in 2,
Well, yeah.
because beer is still beer. So,
But spelled differently. B-I-E-R.
but it still means and pronounced the same way. Anyway, I think our friend Jardo doing Duolingo for Spanish. He's been doing that for a while. All he yells about is his streak.
Yeah, people are really into the streak. They kind of just gamified language learning. And you know what? That's like a reasonable thing to gamify. Like
Yeah.
anything that keeps people like coming back like for something useful like that is like fine.
Yeah, that's good.
I think
Yeah.
Kieran was doing it for Japanese, but I don't know if he's doing it anymore.
I just started it again for Spanish. I was like, maybe I'll remember this one day.
One day, I
haven't done it today, so maybe I should care about my streak.
I want to learn a language, but I also don't want to put in any of the effort to learn a language.
Just
I see.
simply just be addicted to your phone, and then
I am, but I don't. But learning seems like something that would be.
no, they make it a little game.
That's cute.
I think
It dings appropriately.
Yeah, I think Kieran stopped doing it because he was already ahead of what they were teaching him, and he couldn't jump ahead. Because
You can't like fast forward. You can't enter like your.
I think he did, but
you
he
could
wasn't.
test
He
up.
wasn't certain of where his level was.
Oh, okay.
They
And
like
then-
test you. I think you could skip levels, but
But yeah, I
I
think,
know.
and he was like, "Whatever, I already know all the shit. I'm done."
all right.
And I'm like, "Fair enough." But I don't know. I like kind of have an interest. Like I would probably attempt to learn Japanese, but I also just
I
It's a
feel
lot of
like every
effort.
once in a while I get this like desire to learn languages, but then I'm like, I'm also stupid. So like,
same.
like
same.
I feel like I could go through the process to learn it. I would just immediately like empty it from my brain though. if I don't like, they always say like, oh, if you don't use it, you lose it. Like
Yeah,
that would be me.
That's why you gotta keep the streak up.
But the second that I like would stop, I'd be like, all right, that's gone. On to the next thing.
You gotta keep the streak up.
Or get a friend that like knows the
my
language
brain
too.
is so filled with like absolutely useless and like pointless like facts and
all
trivia.
of your facts about anything with K-pop.
Yeah, like it's just so filled to the brim with like K-pop and anime.
I think a good K-pop fact would be the Korean language.
Yeah, right. That would be handy because then I wouldn't have to keep watching survival shows with the subtitles because they're really annoying.
Yeah, but also
I watched like the first episode of was it Physical 100 or something.
Yeah, that was a good show.
Yeah, that was weird. It's a weird show.
You're like, that was weird.
But I also feel like they constantly talk about that like being like getting to the point that you could stop using subtitles is such like a more of a high level feat.
Suddenly, all of it is dubbed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's like way more of a high level like
Understanding.
understanding than anything else. Like you're not just gonna like start doing it and be like, oh, I understand.
Yeah, like because wouldn't that be like
Also because
similar to like conversational level, like
but
where you
also
can, like,
because specifically
the best way for that is like immersion. You just go like
be in
go
it.
dropped
Yeah.
off in Japan.
But
for
also
4 months.
specifically with anime, it's not. It's like technically it's conversational, but it's not really the way people speak.
Right.
So you're not really learning it correctly if you learn through anime.
Hey, why
Well,
not?
it's like
Why not?
Yeah, like is there a reason they don't speak
I thi-
conversationally?
I think it's more in terms of like the way they decide to emphasize things and like. I don't know exactly. I just know that like a lot of people are like you shouldn't try to learn Japanese through anime. Like it's not like the way that you're gonna learn it right because it's not a way people talk.
Okay.
But like I don't know the exact like reasoning.
I assume it's something similar to like when you watch a show and there's really awful dialogue where you're like people don't speak like that and it's like kind of clunky. I assume it's that same equivalent where like yeah, you could learn the words and what they mean, but like if you spoke to that way to another human, they'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Right. Yeah.
Where they would like understand the words you're saying, but it wouldn't make sense contextually.
Yeah.
I assume that's what that's like.
Plus, it's like I feel like the same kind of thing where like in a way it's the argument of like people that go with sub v dub and they're like, well, it just sounds awkward in English, and I'm like, it sounds just as awkward in Japanese. You just can't understand it. Like
They're saying the same cringy lines, just in a different language. All right.
Reading cringe doesn't hurt like hearing cringe. It's just not the same.
so like it's literally just the same awkward shit. You just don't understand it, so that way it's somehow better.
So you think in your brain, you're like, I'm sure it's not as bad, the delivery.
Yeah, but absolutely, they're still yelling fucking gum gum pistol, and just you can't understand what the fuck that means.
Could be.
Could be. Who's to say?
There's no way of knowing.
Nah, no way. None of us know Japanese.
No way of knowing.
Yeah. How was only yesterday?
It was fine. Yeah, I did do it for me. Like I don't know. I guess the other 3 Ghibli. Miyazaki movies. Did it. It was fine.
What other ones have you seen?
I've seen Spirited. I've seen Princess Mononoke, and I've seen Howls.
All bangers. I would say
Those are like the 3
I would
big
usually
ones, right?
recommend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
basically the 3 I would recommend.
So I think I've seen.
I mean, I would
I
recommend
think
a lot
when
of them,
Marnie
but-
is there is pretty good.
Which one?
When
Well, thing is, like people love all of them. So like
A lot of them are
I feel like
pretty
I always
good.
thought
Not all of
Porco Rosso
them,
was
but-
like a smaller one, but everybody's
I
like,
fucking
no, that was
love
phenomenal.
Poco Rosso. Like I know some people like clown on
Oh,
Poco
I've seen
Rosso,
Kiki's.
but
Oh, I
Kiki's also
love
good.
Kiki's.
I fucking love Poco Rosso though. People clown on that movie. I think it's great.
Did you watch Whisper of the Heart?
No.
Oh,
No?
I love Whisper of the Heart so much.
Is that the cat one?
What? Let me see.
Whisper of the Cat.
Whisper of the Cat.
Oh, it is the cat one.
Yeah.
More
I thought that one was alright.
more
With
like
the Baron?
more like Whisker of the
Yeah,
Cat.
I thought it was alright.
Oh, I love that one.
There's 2 of them, isn't there?
Well, there's The Cat Returns, which
Yeah.
is like not really a sequel because it's really just like the cat's own adventure, if that makes sense.
I feel like I remember that movie being kind of like almost a silent film. Like there's not a lot of dialogue in that second one, isn't there?
Well, I don't think the Baron even talks, so I can't imagine there is.
Yeah, there's there's the one where the girl like there's like fucking like miniature people.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's like the Thumbelina one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called though, but that one is really cute too.
I like that.
And she
one,
has
too.
a little like bag clip as her like hair tie. It's really cute.
I don't remember what the fuck that's called.
I don't know what it's called either now. And I can picture her like exactly too, but I can't remember what it's called.
If you want to cry, there's Grave of Fireflies, which is not a Miyazaki movie though. That's somebody else that made it, but it is
Under
Ghibli.
the Ghibli
Yeah.
name.
Yeah, I never really took apart.
Only
like,
Yesterday
what Ghibli
is the
versus-
second highest rated. Out of
People
all
are
the
really
Ghibli
into that
movies.
movie. They're like, this spoke to me. I was like, not me.
It's just kind of boring. Like
I
we
said
at the-
originally, like I don't know if I'm just too stupid to appreciate it, but like it was just there.
It's-
No, it's like I kind of like get it, but like,
It's just like the way I described it in the episode. It's like, yeah, but the problem with telling a regular person's story is that regular people are boring.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, I was a piece of shit when I was a kid. Glad I'm an adult now.
Yeah,
Like what?
Yeah, I feel like there are like really good movies about like ordinary slice of life things.
yeah,
And like coming of age stories.
Like, even that, but, like, even
usually
just,
there's
like-
more interesting things happening in them.
No, sometimes you just gotta go to the country and farm.
Yeah, apparently. So, all right. So, Grave of Fireflies, banger. So Kiki's Delivery Service, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro.
Oh, I saw Totoro too.
Oh, The Secret World of Ariete.
Ah, yes.
That's what it is. Very cute.
Yeah.
Princess Mononoke.
I have to see Mononoke again. I feel like I've seen Howl's the most. Powers is probably my favorite. Spirited Away was good, but like not my favorite.
Really?
Mononoke
You should
was
watch
good.
it again
Fucking
then.
love Spirited
Because
Away.
Spirited Away is really good.
Mononoke.
Totoro's
Like
fun.
I know everyone and their mother is like Spirited Away is the greatest anime movie of all time, but it is really that good.
No, then Your Name beat it, and they
Your
were
name.
right.
Oh yeah,
rocks.
Your Name is
Yeah,
really good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. Princess Mononoke also fucking whips.
I need to see that one again. It's been a
Ponyo. Ponyo's fun. It's also very pretty.
Pongo.
Yeah, Ponyo is
Yeah.
like a spectacle for the eyes.
Yeah, no, I've seen that.
It is.
I've seen the
absolutely-
cover art.
Yeah, it's absolutely a spectacle for the eyes. Never even heard of The Wind Rises.
The
House
Wind
Moving
Rises,
Castle.
isn't that the one with like the guy he's like designing planes?
Does he make a plane bike? No, that's Kiki's, right? The
No,
dude with,
Kiki's
like,
just like the witch.
Kiki, she has
No, yeah, I
the
know.
witch, and she has the little.
Who's the one that
Broom.
makes like a fucking like bicycle that has like a propeller on it?
That dude from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I don't think he makes a plane. I think he's making like an actual airplane.
That's not that.
You're right, it's not a bike, it
I
gets
think
paralyzed.
it's from Up on Poppy Hill. I think that's the one with that guy.
Oh, the one that you're thinking of?
yeah.
Okay.
Like, mostly because there's a dude with a bike. So I'm going to assume it's that one. Castle in the Sky, also
Oh
good.
yeah, that's
Also a banger.
I love the soundtrack for Castle in the Sky.
Castle in the Sky also just aesthetically
It's so pretty.
a very cool world.
Yeah.
Pocoroso, banger. Whisper of the Heart. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah,
Also aesthetically rad.
yeah. Also, Whisper of the Heart. One thing that I don't know why, but I always find this really amusing. A like good portion of the movie is about like rewriting the lyrics to Country Road.
Okay.
It's like it comes up constantly throughout the movie, and they have like an orchestral version of Country Road playing throughout the movie.
Do they?
And that, yes, watch it again. It is very funny to me. I don't know why they chose this song of all the songs in the world, but it's just like a deeply inwoven with this movie.
Interesting. Then you got Ocean Waves, which I also have never heard of. The Cat Returns, Pom Paco, which was, it's about Tanukis. My Neighbors, The Yamadas, just a weird fucking movie.
A lot of
I don't
neighbors.
think I saw that.
It was because I saw all the ones on my Studio Ghibli collection that I got, and that was one of them, including.
I like that they're all on
also
HBO
Pom
Max. That's nice.
Yeah,
that
is
didn't
nice.
exist at the time when I bought it.
No, I understand that, but like, I'm
Um,
not going to shame you for your physical media collection.
I mean, I would probably still own that anyway.
Yeah, that seems like something for you.
Yeah. I know it's not Blu-ray. I don't think. I think it's DVD because I don't think they have a Blu-ray collection.
Could
I
be.
don't think they do actually.
Yeah, and then
That
these
seems
last
weird.
two. I'm sure there's probably some kind of fucking rights issue or something.
But also, if they put it into Blu-ray, would they have to like remaster it to do that?
I mean, you can put it in the Blu-ray and it can still look the same, but.
Oh, I thought Blu-ray was supposed to be like more.
Yeah, like you can make it
hold more
HD.
information. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But like you don't have to.
Yeah, you can still just up-res.
Because I thought the whole point of Blu-ray was that it was like more.
No,
Yeah,
it can just
HD.
hold more information.
You can make it more HD because you can hold more information.
Oh, okay.
Like you don't actually necessarily have to use.
The more.
Yeah.
But like,
I am picking up
I'm
what you're
pretty
putting
sure I
down.
own a Blu-ray movies of things that are still in 4:3. So
I own a few Blu-ray movies now
yeah,
for my 3D TV.
nice.
You know what movies impossible to find in 3D?
What?
Spy Kids 3D. We don't know.
What? It's just not available.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
For
the
purchase?
There's a lot of the red and blue versions, which we don't want because we have a 3D TV and we want to use the actual 3D. But there'll be like one that goes on eBay every like couple months for like $150, so we don't pay for that. I bought one that was like 30. I was like, got it, white whale achieved. It's in Dutch. No, sorry, so it's a Dutch movie and it has like the English dub, but the 2D works and the 3D doesn't.
Oh, rip.
Because it's in like the wrong region, probably. So anyway, we're trying to find that. But you know what movie whips in 3D? To nobody's surprise, Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Oh, I could
Absolutely
believe it.
whips. Pacific Rim, also pretty good in 3D. Avatar exists. You
Sure
know
does.
what movie I had to buy with Avatar? It was the James Cameron collection. So it's Titanic and Avatar, the Blu-ray 3Ds. 3D
You bought
Blu-rays.
Avatar?
Yeah, I had to watch it before the new one. Homework.
But it's on
Disney.
Disney Plus. Why did you buy it?
Because it wasn't in 3D on Disney Plus.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Do
You're
they not
right.
have a streaming 3D version? I guess the 3D.
Why?
I
Like, how many
don't know.
people have 3D
I was gonna say, I
TVs in
think
their
3D
homes?
TV did die very quickly.
Yeah,
Like-
like if this was like an accident, the person who gave us this TV didn't know it was 3D, so I had to go buy like 5 glasses, also off eBay.
I was gonna
Right.
say, did it come with the glasses, or you had to get those separate?
Bought them on eBay.
So it's funny because the only 3D experience I've had for like at home stuff is Sly Cooper 3.
Oh
it-
yeah, they did have the glasses.
It has 3D in it, and the package came with like pop out 3D glasses.
It was like only special like sections too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it was only special like, and you can tell. You can also just say no.
Yeah.
So like you can play it without it. But that's the it's the only time I've ever done like an at home version of that, which is just like it's just the red and blue.
No Nintendo 3DS for you.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, all right. Also that
That existed.
I forgot that existed. Even though I own it, I just forgot. I don't think I ever used that 3D function.
I used it for like I never had a 3DS, but I like played a friend at camps or something. I was like, this is neat, and then I played Breath of the Wild. Not Breath of the Wild. I played Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I'll do it. Or getting Breath of the Wild 2 soon. Tears of the Kingdom.
One day.
Yeah, May 14th. No, 12th.
Maybe one day you'll.
Did you ever beat the first one?
I did.
That's a classic podcast topic.
Yes.
Can't wait for you to spend 4 years on the next game.
Classic-
Well, I feel
classic
I
vaguely
I
anime
like
topic.
one, but I still haven't 100%ed it because I think I have
me
like 10
neither.
more shrines that I just have no clue where they are.
Yeah, that happens.
You can just look up a guide.
No, I refuse.
Okay.
It's also hard to find because there's like 110 shrines
true.
down
But
on the map, and then you'd have to be like, all right, find
Which ones have I
spot the
already
10
done?
differences
The
on
worst,
this like dense map.
the worst thing is like, especially like in those types of games, is you're getting around and you've basically almost 100%ed everything, and then you're like can't find like 4 things, and you're like, all right, maybe I'll just look up a guide, and you look it up, and you're like, out of all these 500 items, what are the 4 I don't have? And you're like, got to go to each section until
Yeah,
you find
like-
the one. And you're like, so you're just wasting more time.
Yep.
Like the other, Mark wanted me to find like a finished piece for like a certain set of armor. And so I was like, let me look up a guide because I don't know where I'm going. And it was like, oh, go to this pond in this area. And if you do X, Y, and Z, it'll show up. I was swimming in that pond for like 3 hours straight. I was like, where the fuck is this?
I keep meaning to go back and buy the DLC, and I keep not doing it because I'm lazy. And now I'm playing.
Wait,
Boy
do you get the
2018.
like motorcycle horse in the DLC?
Yeah.
Oh, I want the motorcycle horse.
I can't
buy the
wait
DLC.
I can't wait for my my fucking Switch to explode when I try to play Tears of the Kingdoms.
I'll wait
is
for
It's
it
gonna
everybody.
run like shit
Why
I'll
is
wait
it
for
gonna
everybody else's.
explode?
because it can barely handle games that came out like 2 years ago. It's not gonna be able to handle this fucking game.
I mean, I assume that
Does that mean I-
Nintendo,
do I-
when
do-
making the game for their first party system, probably made sure it could run.
But they made games that are also not running well, like Pokemon. Pokemon runs like shit.
Could be.
But wasn't that a problem with like?
Their console's underpowered for what the things they want to make, and
True.
they just need to make one with better hardware, which they've always had a problem with. And for a while, people were like, "Oh, maybe they can't do better hardware. Like, it's just so specialized." And then the Steam Deck came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, you can absolutely just make this with better hardware."
It's probably like price point and stuff in your audience, all that kind of cool stuff.
But isn't the Steam Deck about the same price?
Not a clue. There's no way of knowing.
But so for the OLED one,
Yeah,
or
it's just a better screen. Nothing
just the
else.
screen, right? They didn't change anything
Nope,
else
it's
in it.
not any more powerful.
Oh, rip. Yeah,
The
it is.
Steam Deck is available for $400.
So
The
So-
Switch, I'm pretty sure, is more than that.
No, the Switch
it's
is
like
300.
Is it?
250,
Yeah.
300?
Okay, so
It was
not all that
300.
much.
I
All
don't
right,
know
so
how
the
much it is
OLED is $350,
Yeah, but that's just a better screen.
and the regular
for the
one is
better screen.
$250.
all right,
Okay.
I mean,
So
$150 is nothing.
true, but I would pay the $150 extra if it was a stronger.
To be able
If
to
the seats were
actually
better.
play the game.
If the seats were more in the middle.
Yeah. Just because I don't think it's gonna run well. It's gotta be so choppy.
But I mean, how much?
Pokemon didn't run
I have
well,
to
and
assume
that
it's
didn't
gonna
have a
run.
lot going on.
Because
I mean, it did have stuff going on. But
in
like,
terms of like Breath of the Wild versus Tears of a Kingdom, how much more do you think?
they now added a whole fucking extra layer of islands in the fucking sky.
You'll have to
That's
load it
true.
all at once.
But apparently they are, because
They
that was the problem with
exist.
Pokemon, is that they couldn't figure out how to make it not all load at once.
Luckily, and I have no idea.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, yeah, maybe it'll be fine, but I don't have high hopes that it'll be fine.
I think I'll be fine.
I mean, I'm still going to play it regardless.
I was gonna say I'm gonna play it.
I'm absolutely going to buy it day one and play the shit out of
And
it.
also, what's weird is when the pre-order first came out, it was $59.99, but now if you try to pre-order, it's $69.99.
Gonna fucking scream.
So I don't know why they like
just not gonna
up.
pre-order it,
I don't
but-
know why they upped to $10. I got it when it was the lower price because I got it the day they announced
I don't
it.
like pre-order games anymore. I just fucking...
Oh, I just did it because I was like, I want to make sure I can get it because I want to play it right
Just
away.
like barely play any games anymore. It's gonna take me like 7 months to get through Boy 2018.
Yeah, I very rarely pre-order games. Every now and then I'll do it just because, like, I worked, another one of my side jobs and just got a couple extra bucks. And I'm like, oh, I'm looking forward to this game and I have the money. Fuck it, I'll just buy it now so I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
So
will
that
simply
way
think
it's like,
about it.
yeah, that way it's already downloaded by the time I'm like, oh, right, that's out. And, like, it's pre-downloaded, rad. But, like, past that, I'll usually just be like, fuck it, I'll just buy it the day it comes out or whatever.
I did the pre-order for this one because when I was trying to get, before I bought my Switch, I kept thinking, oh, I'll get a Switch so I can play this game. But then I couldn't find the game anywhere, and I was like, I'll just go fuck myself then. But then I found the game, and I was like, okay, now we're buying the Switch. Let's go.
Right.
But it took a while for me to be able to find it.
I bought the Switch like on a whim. Like I was like kind of like in the market for one, and I was like, oh cool, I found one at the store. Or I think I basically made plans to play a Switch game. I was like, I guess I should go buy a Switch.
Yeah,
And then I did, and that was in January
I-
2020, and then Switches disappeared.
No,
No,
unlucky.
I bought my Switch.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
I
then
thought you were like, it's just gone.
No,
I mean,
he
it
got
was,
his
but I
and
got
then
mine
it went
first,
away.
and then went gone for everybody else.
I got mine when I went to Texas, and it was still during like when it came out, and so like it was like short supply, and I just went to a Walmart and it was there, and I was like, this is mine now. And then everyone was like, how the fuck did you get one? I was like, it was at the Walmart.
I
walked
was
in and
hoping
got
to
it.
track down a Switch and like went to different Targets, like checking their on-site. Drove like 40 minutes once.
It's at the Walmart closest to me. I just got really lucky. You were
Yeah.
still working at Walmart at the time, weren't you?
Classic. I was looking at inventory online. I was like, when is this coming in? And the answer was fucking never.
Yeah, I stupidly, like, right as COVID started, was like, I've really been wanting a Switch. So, like, right as COVID was starting, I was like, let's see if it's available online. I'll just, like, get it delivered to my house. And I was like, oh, okay, it's out of stock here. Oh, okay, it's out of stock here. All right, I'll check next week. All right, nope, great.
Surely nobody else wants a Switch
Surely
right now.
nobody else wants a Switch right now when
the
they can't
Switch-
leave their
the
house.
Switch
Nobody
was
else
the
wants to
only-
sit inside and play Animal
Yeah,
Crossing.
seriously. And I went through that for about 4 months, and I was like, I'll just give up.
The Switch was the only console that was like, out of like, because the Switch, the Xbox Series X, and the PlayStation 5 all had fucking stock issues. The Switch was the only one that I like had zero problems with. Luckily, the PS5, I would say I had less problems with because I didn't start looking until way later, until I was like, I really want to play the new Ratchet and Clank game, and I was like walking through the mall by us, and the GameStop was like, we're gonna have a sale in like next week, and I was like, oh shit, all right, cool. But it had been years by that point. And then the Series X, like, I only got because I knew somebody that knew how to get it.
Yeah, the Switch, I was able to get it because it was still when it was like really hard to find online or even in stores because it was constantly out of stock. But a guy I played pool with, he's like,
A Switch dealer.
no, he's like a regional manager for Target. So he knows what inventory is coming in for like each location. And he was like, oh, and we were like talking about it. And he's like, oh, well, I have like 5 Switches going to this store. If you get there at 8 a.m. right when they open, you can have it. And I was like, okay. And then I showed up at 8 a.m. and I was like, I'd like a Switch, please.
And they were like, you can have it.
Yeah, it worked out great because
They
it
just
was
gave
like,
it to her. She just
yeah, it was
walked out.
free
She
and
left.
everything. It was awesome.
All right, well, with that, we can end the episode.
Yeah,
Don't watch Pride of Orange.
Yeah, don't do it.
Boring.
unlucky.
Don't let them make us season 2.
And you know, make sure to hate on Ticketmaster because they suck.
They do.
It's easy.
Yeah.
It's free.
Yeah, it's free to hate them. Anyway,
It's not free to use them.
it's
No.
not. Sure isn't. They
It's
cost
not-
an arm and
definitely
a leg.
not convenient. It costs $20 to
Yeah.
be convenient, or $60 or
At least
sometimes-
$20.
yeah, at least $20. Sometimes it's a lot more.
Those-
I think at one point I had convenience fees that were more expensive than the tickets themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
believe
think you told the
that.
story
Yeah.
maybe 40 minutes ago.
No. I mean, like that was the same price. I paid ones that were more expensive. Anyway. Hey, thanks for watching this week's episode of the Vaguely Anime Podcast. You have 1 week to watch Trinity Blood, Sage's vampire show pick.
Yeah,
They suck you off.
they don't even do that.
Only
No.
if they love you.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, like, follow. Check out Kat at Kat the Moonstar on Twitch. Say hi to Alex if you see him in real life. And bye.
All right, bye.
See you next week.